We've had decades of straight white men pew-pewing and unaliving our children in schools over and over and over again. And nothing ever gets done. Nothing ever happens.
We now know what this monster looks like, who took the lives of 2 children and injured 17 others at a great school in Minneapolis. This suspect was identified as Robin Westman, a trans man who before doing this released multiple videos on social media.
Like, this is a problem. Oh, so now y'all are realizing it's not a black people problem. Surprise, surprise, black people. Whites do not have anyone to blame now because the pew-pewer is white. A white supremacist alert, a transgender, and a Republican. Ladies and gentlemen, we have heard it all. Black people, black people, black people. DJT dropped the National Guard in Washington, D.C. because black people, black people, black people. Oh, ICE is doing the most deporting these illegals because they commit crimes in the United States of America. Oh, America has a pew-pew problem, and see, it's the black people that are ratchet and they are violent. Well, surprise, surprise. Isn't it news that a white man literally did all of this? Funny enough, he is not Arab. Because, yeah, let me tell you, I grew up seeing American TV showing me, white people movies have showed me how Arab people are terrorists and they are the likes to walk into a church and pew young kids. But guess what, y'all? It is a white man. Looks like we're having a white male problem in Minnesota. No, because who do they have to blame now? Who do they have? Okay, I know it's a sad situation. I shouldn't even be happy about this. All I'm trying to say is, who is the problem? Who is the problem? If DJT is fighting black people every single day and illegals, throwing them back to their countries because they are not making America safe for white people, tell me why a white man is making it unsafe for his people. Moreover, kids.
How many more kids need to die in school shootings before this country gives a about reforming its gun control and mental health? My heart is breaking and goes out to anybody affected by the shooting that happened in South Minneapolis at Annunciation Catholic School. I've spent much of this morning trying to process how I live in a country that cares more about banning books, what bathrooms people use, what color a border wall should be painted over keeping children safe. And I got nothing. I cannot comprehend. They just started school on Monday. It's the first week. There's absolutely no reason that an 8 and a 10-year-old are dead after being shot in a pew while praying during mass. I just watched an interview with one of the kids. He's 10 years old and his friend laid on top of him and ended up getting shot and is currently in surgery. No child should ever experience that. I don't really have anything else to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is Maskunda S. If you're new here, hi, welcome. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, like, comment, and share. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Oh my God, why do I talk like I'm so happy about this? No, people lost their lives. I'm not happy. It's just, I am happy. The black people are nowhere to be mentioned. See, every video that I'm seeing is why men going like, this problem has been going on for so long in Minnesota. In Minneapolis, like it's a problem. Like the pew-pew violence is so bad. Oh, I'm seeing white women saying, our kids were in church. Yes, they were, ma'am. We really, really feel bad for you. Oh my God, our state needs to be better. Like this is a problem. Oh, so now y'all are realizing it's not a black people problem. It's not a black people problem. It is a your people problem. He had an entire plan. Ladies and gentlemen, this man better be a psycho. He had an entire plan on how he wanted to harm the kids. And funny enough, he was transgender. Sorry, excuse me. I thought Republicans are anti-LGBT. What happened? Ma'am, mother of this man, what happened? Aren't Republicans supposed to be on the side of anti-LG? Why is this boy trans? And in his, oh my God, he wrote Confessions, and then he said he was so sick and tired of being Charles. Oh my God. And I went like, oh, so you want to tell me we got Republican moms and dads that fund gender affirming surgery? No, you are supposed to be against these things. Like, these are the things that Republicans cry about every single day, that, oh my God, this is why we don't like Democrats, because they are enforcing this gender confirmation surgery on our kids. They're trying to make it like it's okay. How did a Republican baby end up a transgender? Funded by the parents. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me not say a lot, because, well, y'all might say I'm petty. I'm just trying to see what people gotta say. Because let me tell you, many black people are laughing.
We've had decades of straight white men pew-pewing and unaliving our children in schools over and over and over again. And nothing ever gets done. Nothing ever happens. Now you have one trans woman who commits a school shooting, which is horrifying, by the way, and now it's a national emergency. When all the other straight white men did it, that wasn't a national emergency, but now it is. Okay, good. Am I going to see legislation tomorrow to fix this? Or are you guys just going to keep yapping your mouth?
So I'm going to try to get through this video without being emotional, so I hope you guys will watch it to the end. But I just want to come on real quick and take a moment to give an important update on one of the victims from the Annunciation Catholic Church shooting in Minneapolis. This is Sophia Fortis. She's only 12 years old, and she's still in very, very critical condition. We've now learned that Sophia had to have one side of her skull removed due to the swelling in her brain, and her family has just shared that if the swelling doesn't go down, she may need to have the other side removed too. Now, Sophia's mother is a pediatric critical care nurse, someone who has spent her entire life helping other people's children. And on the day of the shooting, she rushed to the hospital to help, only to discover that her own son and daughter's school was the one that was attacked. It's absolutely unimaginable. This family is in the middle of something that no parent should ever have to go through, and they need support, they need community, and they need us to keep saying Sophia's name. This is what these shootings do, y'all. They don't just end when the bullets stop. The trauma continues and the fight to survive continues. And for Sophia, that fight is happening right now in real time. So if you guys pray. If you donate, her GoFundMe is linked in the Substack article I literally just posted, and I saw what her fund was at, and guys, it is not enough for what she's facing.
So about the Minnesota shooting, and it brought me right back to Columbine in 1999, when I just could not get it through my head that students in America were shooting each other in schools. And this was a church inside a Catholic school. And what do you know, it was a white guy, Republican, MAGA person. What do you know? White supremacist.
So the school shooter from the Minneapolis school shooting yesterday said that he was tired of being trans in his manifesto. And this is why we should not be transitioning children or minors if they have gender dysphoria. Like, they should not be able to transition. When you're 18, go ahead, you're a consenting adult. But children should not be transitioning.
Hey y'all, today I'm going to be reading the Amana electric dryer user manual. Dryer safety. Your safety and the safety of others are very important. We have provided many important safety messages in this manual and on your appliance.
Here's my note to my family. Wow, some English writing. Wow. Hope you can read that. Yeah. Peace, love, unity, and guns.
We now know what this monster looks like, who took the lives of 2 children and injured 17 others at a great school in Minneapolis. This suspect was identified as Robin Westman, a trans man who before doing this released multiple videos on social media.
Here's why Robin Westman committed the incident at Catholic school in Minneapolis. This morning, terror struck Annunciation Catholic School in Minneapolis. During a quiet service, shots tore through the church windows. 2 children, just 8 and 10 years old, lost their lives, while 17 more, 14 kids and 3 adults, were left injured in chaos. The suspect was soon identified as 23-year-old Robin Westman, once a student of the same school. But here's where the story takes a darker turn. Reports suggest Robin carried heavy scars from his childhood there, claiming he was bullied and mistreated. For years, that anger and pain grew inside him, until this morning, when he came back to the place that shaped his deepest wounds, seeking revenge. Yet the ending shocked everyone. When police stormed his home, Robin was found seated in a chair, lifeless. No standoff, no final message, just silence that left more questions than answers. Was it only about the trauma he claimed to endure, or was there something far more sinister at play? What do you think really drove Robin Westman, and why did his story end this way? Comment your thoughts.
I want to talk a little bit about some of the drawings that we've seen in his manifesto. He had 2 journals, it looked like, that he filled with Russian writing. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it was Russian language, according to Russian translator. A lot of this is actually Russian characters, but using English words. So not all of it can be translated directly. The person told me essentially this is like the person used Google Translate. So this is one of 2 full-page drawings that we see in the manifesto. It depicts somebody with a gun on their back looking into a mirror. It looks like some sort of monster or demon. And then if you look all the way on the left-hand column down the side, it says help. At the top, it says, who am I? When will it end? Help me, in incorrect grammar. I don't want to. Kill me, kill me. This is the other major doodle that we spoke about. This appears to be the drawing of the sanctuary full of pews, and in the video he points to certain parts of the church. Remember, he shot from outside, inside. At the very top you can see that there is a compass there as well. And then throughout the book there are a lot of drawings of guns. Looks like this has the gun pointed at somebody with their hands up.
Robin Westman, just 23 years old, has been identified as the shooter in the Minneapolis church attack. A former student and the child of a school employee, Robin legally changed their name in 2020. Hours before the massacre, chilling videos surfaced online, showing weapons marked with hate and a handwritten note to their parents saying, "I'm sorry you didn't raise me how you hoped." During morning mass, Westman opened fire through church windows, killing 2 children and injuring 17 others. Moments later, they took their own life in the church parking lot. Authorities are investigating this tragedy as both a hate crime and an act of domestic terrorism, while the grieving community gathers in vigils, searching for safety, healing, and justice.
The shooter left behind hundreds of pages of writings. Writings that describe the shooter's plan, writings that describe the shooter's mental state, and more than anything, writings that describe the shooter's hate. Pure, indiscriminate hate. The shooter expressed hate towards almost every group imaginable. The shooter expressed hate towards black people. The shooter expressed hate towards Mexican people. The shooter expressed hate towards Christian people. The shooter expressed hate towards Jewish people. In short, the shooter appeared to hate all of us. The shooter's heart was full of hate. There appears to be only one group that the shooter didn't hate. One group of people who the shooter admired. The group were the school shooters and mass murderers that are notorious in this country. The shooter idolized some of the most notorious school shooters and mass murderers in our country's history. I won't name them just like I won't name the shooter. They don't deserve to have their names remembered. As I said, the shooter left behind hundreds of pages of writings. There is a lot to digest, and we'll know more in the coming days and weeks as we've had an opportunity to go through them. But reading them, one thing is clear. It's going to be hard to hear, but it's important to the question of why this happened. More than anything, the shooter wanted to kill children, defenseless children. The shooter was obsessed with the idea of killing children. The shooter saw the attack as a way to target our most vulnerable among us while they were at their most vulnerable at school and at church. I won't dignify the shooter's words by repeating them. They are horrific and vile. But in short, the shooter wanted to watch children suffer. Yesterday was a tragedy for the city and our state. My heart goes out to the entire Annunciation community. Their loss is unimaginable. I want the state of Minnesota to know that when a tragedy like this occurs, we all stand together. Federal, state, and local law enforcement work together side by side. The FBI, the ATF, the BCA, Minneapolis Police Department, the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, the Hennepin County Attorney's Office, including their victim advocates who have been working with the families yesterday and today. The list goes on. This has been a tough summer for Minnesota, but I take heart knowing that we all stand together.
Don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church. These are kids that should be learning with their friends. They should be playing on the playground. They should be able to go to school or church in peace without the fear or risk of violence, and their parents should have the same kind of assurance. These are the sort of basic assurances that every family should have, every step of the day, regardless of where they are in our country. I'm so deeply saddened, and I'm so sorry to the families that I know are suffering right now. My ask is to everyone, stand by them.
I'm going to read to you guys the note that Robin Weston wrote to her family before committing the crimes at the Minneapolis school. So it starts off, "To my friends and family, I do not expect forgiveness, and I don't expect any apology I have to hold much weight. But to my family and those close to me, I do apologize for the effects of my actions will have on your lives. Please know I care for all of you so much, and it pains me to bring this storm of chaos into your lives. This will affect so many more people than the ones that are immediately involved. To my mother and father, I am sorry I didn't turn out as you had hoped. You did not fail me. You gave me so much. I truly appreciate the love you have given me. I feel I was raised to be a good person. I've kept those traits of empathy, self-sacrifice, and good character. Please do not think you have failed as parents. I was corrupted by this world and have learned to hate what life is. Life is love, life is pain. There's too much to accept, too many things to put up with just to live. I'm tired of the pain this world gives out. Please move on and continue your love to my brothers and sisters and the rest of the world. They may not forgive you, but you need to move on from me. Forget my life and the pain I brought you. I love you both. Thank you for everything. I'm sorry. To my siblings, I'm sorry for ever taking the rest of your lives, your careers, lives, relationships, all will be turned upside down. Please hold on to who you are, not who I am.